Can everybody hear me okay? Right, well, first of all, one of our Labour councillors, Minesh, sends his fraternal greetings and solidarity and has made a statement which is very similar to last year, and I promised to read that out, so bear with me, hope I get all the words right. This is from Minesh, who's a Labour councillor for Crooks and Crosspool, and this is what he says. There is clear scientific and moral consensus that grouse shooting must end immediately. The blood sport, participated in only by the richest of the rich, wreaks havoc on our national environment and causes untold damage to globally significant landscapes. The UK's peatlands currently store over 3 billion tonnes of carbon, equivalent to all the forests in the UK, Germany and France combined. That we allow these precious landscapes to be damaged through environmental vandalism to facilitate a blood sport speaks to the feudal hangovers that continue to dominate our political system. And Minesh continues, I'm proud to represent a council, Sheffield, that has publicly called for a total ban on moorland burning, and to work alongside Sheffield Hallam MP Olivia Blake, who also sends her solidarity by the way, who has led the charge to protect and restore peatlands in her constituency and beyond. Our peatlands must be restored wholly and rapidly as private landowners continue to ravage our natural environment. It makes clear the limits of our democratic system. We need a community right to buy to bring mismanaged land into community hands. We need an immediate end to grouse shooting, an immediate end to burning, and an environment agency that is well funded and capable of reversing natural decline. As per the great James Connolly, has everybody heard of James Connolly?
Yeah.
If you've not heard of James Connolly, he was an Irish revolutionary. Please Google James Connolly. He was executed by the English government in 1916 in Dublin. Anyway, what James Connolly said was, for our demands most moderate are, we only want the earth. Whose land is it?
Ours.
Whose land?
Ours.
Thank you. So, a couple of other things. Why are we here on a Sunday? They never shoot on a Sunday. What's the point of coming here when there's no shooting? Well, first of all, please remember our excellent comrades in the Hunt Saboteurs have been out since the Inglorious 12th. Shoots have been sabotaged up and down the Pennines. Hunt Saboteurs go out and actually stop the killing. If anyone's not a member of the Hunt Saboteurs, please join. It's only 20 quid a year. You don't have to be an active sub. Please show them your support. The other thing I want to say briefly is what's changed since we met last year. There's a couple of very significant things have changed, quite right. So what's changed since last year? First of all, we've got snares completely banned in Wales and Scotland. And I think the Channel Islands as well. Now that's been very significant. What we need now is legislation quickly to ban all snares in England. That needs to happen as quickly as possible. Also in Scotland, and I must admit personally I've got mixed feelings about this, shooting estates have been licensed. If they commit their usual organised crime against wildlife and against our environment, those licences can be taken from them. Personally, I feel that you can't license cruelty. I, along with a lot of other people, want to simply see a ban on all shoots. I'm happy to start with driven grouse shooting though. The other thing that's happened since we last met, quite significantly, we got rid of the Tories in July. Hey! The Tories are no more, but we must put pressure on a Labour government. As I think Rosa Luxemburg first said a long time before my time, and latterly by Tony Benn and others. Change starts from the bottom. It's no politicians that change things. It's activists like ourselves that will change things. The other thing that's happened since last year has been lots of issues about burning. The South Yorkshire Mayor, Oliver Coppard, convened a burning summit. He invited the Duke of Rutland. Surprisingly, the Duke of Rutland didn't turn up. So a small group of activists went to visit the Duke of Rutland. They weren't.
Does he own this land?
Yes, he does. Yeah, and he's based down near Grantham. But he does indeed own Moscow Estate.
Okay.
He's responsible for the burning that pollutes Sheffield. He lives in Beaver Castle. Now what we'd like to see is beavers up here.
Yes.
You know, those rodents with the flat tails. So one point we'd like to make is beaver's good, beaver, as in Belvoir, bad. The other thing that's changed is Wild Justice, in conjunction with the Badger Trust, are preparing to mount a legal challenge against the badger kill. Now the badger kill's very tied up with shooting. The shooters, both grouse and pheasant shooters, want the badger off our protected species list. It's very little to do with bovine TB, and the word bovine I think should give people a little bit of a clue. I know that people have asked for contact details. If anybody wants to get more involved in these and other locally based campaigns, please pass on your details. There's a board going round about it. How many people have never seen a snare? Quite a few folk. This is part of a snare. It was decommissioned some years earlier. Basically a snare traps an animal, whether that be a badger, a fox, a deer, a cat or a dog, even being known to catch human runners. It tightens. Can you imagine that? An animal have no idea what it's been caught in. It tightens and tightens. The animal tries desperately to escape. There's no escape from a snare. It gets tighter and tighter until it cuts into the fur, cuts into the skin. Luckily, some animals have been rescued by activists. These things are absolutely callous, cruel and brutal. Please, if you do nothing else this coming week, write to whoever your MP is and say snares have been banned in Wales, snares have been banned in Scotland. Let's get the bloody things banned in England as well. Thank you very much for listening.
Yay.
Oh, sorry, some folk don't know what a grouse... I'm so sorry. This is a grouse butt. Basically, people stand there with extremely expensive shotguns. There's a line of butts go basically all the way to the M57. They're bussed in, ferried in by people. They pay thousands of pounds for a day's shooting.
2,000.
They stand there with their Purdy shotgun that might cost 120,000 quid or more. There's a line of beaters that drive the grouse towards the butts. The grouse take flight, they fly over, and lots of shooters blast them to hell. Lots of them get badly winged, wounded, they die an agonising death. They're often picked up by the shooters or the beaters' dogs. Very often still alive. I think Chris Packer made a comment on social media recently. There's a picture of a grouse in the mouth of a dog. Clearly the grouse is alive. It's a shocking, cruel blood sport. There's nothing good about grouse shooting. We need it banned, as Minesh says.